Welcome back, guys and gals. We're going to be building the second installment of Gringotts Wizarding Bank by Lego Harry Potter. This is set number 76417. Retails for $429.99, and set was provided to me by the Lego group for early review. That's what we'll be building. This is where we left off in the last installment, and this is bags 1, 2, and 3. So that's pretty much where we have ended, and we have two figures here. Not too bad, and we barely even touched the sticker sheet. So that's got me kind of worried. And so in this installment today, we're going to be doing bags 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to try to get them done. I'm trying to do 2 build installments a day here on this. So we're in manual 1. And I think we left off on bag 4. Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Now this is going to be a very large set. Things are going to be a little different here. Like I've already tacked the unboxing at the beginning of the first build installment. So put those back there for safekeeping. Now we're going to unbag the group of 4s. And the reason why I'm doing it like this, there's just too many bags. There's no way I'd be able to keep track of all this. It would just be way too complicated in terms of keeping track of all the parts. Smaller sets are easy for me to manage, but sets like this that are just grotesquely large, you just can't. Just for sanity purposes. So normally I would just do... we would just inspect all the bags. Well, this time we're just pouring everything out. And then we just take a look at pieces as we go. Eventually, that's what I'm going to do here on this channel. Once it gets more popular, I'll probably do that. We'll combine everything. And then the review would be at the very last part. So things will be more condensed. And yeah, I'm hoping there's more of these things in here. I can use those. So like a 1x2 by 2/3 plate with bow, but they're in the transparent light blue, great for water, like cascading down the side of a mountain or hill. Okay, well we have, looks like 2 figures, but no, maybe it's just 1. And getting these big sets done at this point are going to be a bit of a chore to do in terms of completion. So what I did the last time was we saved the minifigure for last because I don't want to have to waste too much time going through all the parts. So now we're going to be focusing on this. I know some people were just kind of depressed as I don't do the figures right away, you know, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. And yes, you have to flip that upside down, and we're going to be adding some inverted stuff to this. Or I can stand it up too. As you can see, we're doing mostly gray pieces and not too exciting. So we're going to start caking things on here. And keep the manual stable while doing this is going to be a chore. So yeah, and I'm pretty pleased with the build quality so far on this. It's just massively big, and like I said, I don't really normally do big stuff. I usually do the smaller builds because I can do my own mocks and stuff along with it. All right. So when we're ready to start standing things up, things are going to get a bit different. I'm going to probably build all this on a turntable here. Okay, we need to start mass producing 3 of these here. I'll just put them on as I go. Now I see why this set is for 18 years of age and up, although like in the last installment, I'm sure a younger builder could probably manage if she or he is disciplined enough and takes the time to put this together. And I made a few mistakes in the last installment that we corrected, so And these are all going to be uninterrupted unless I have to get up to go use the facilities or somebody calls or whatever. And today is the 16th of August, 2023. And we'll be doing this bottom stuff next. And yeah, you just have to watch what you're doing in here. I've already found part of that other figure. We'll set that over there for right now. Okay, we got these in sand yellow. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of curious to see how the set turns out in terms of, you know, is it creative? Is it cool looking to look at? Is it boring? We don't know. The only thing we do know is that we're not done with it yet. One ways to go. So I've been kind of just tinkering around, getting things done, and kind of planning out some new tutorials. I want to do that one house. I want to build a house and 6 other tutorials. And these are not going to be lightweight tutorials. One's going to be lightweight, but the other 5 are going to be pretty involved. So if you're expecting easy tutorials, no, there's not going to be easy stuff until next year. But yeah, we'll see what we can do here. And yes, it's pretty cluttered up here right now. You know, a scuffed up, banged up, cluttered workbench is a busy workbench. How do you find things on here? Well, you just do one bag at a time. Now, if I poured all the bags out in one big giant bin, oh man, you're talking a mess. If you make a mistake, you wouldn't really know it. Well, put that over there. I don't think I've seen one of these upwards angular plates in medium Missouri before. And this is an afternoon build, by the way. Okay, this has to line up with that right there. Okay. All right. Why don't we just build these all in that one step? We got to build another one of these for over there. Yes, I think if you're building this yourself, break the bags down in sections that you know you can handle. That's all I can give you advice for, because everybody builds differently. You would not be able to build this all in one sitting. I'm sure some Lego guy probably could, but I'm not. That's dark azure. That's kind of cool for this piece. You know, this kind of reminds me of those tunnels in Castlevania. Water cascading down and stuff like that. If anybody's ever played Castlevania before. So we just have some water just dripping down the side of the thing. I'm assuming this is the side. I think this is going to be one heavily detailed build, but as far as for completion, I don't know. Is it going to be sealed off? Is it going to be like a modular? Is it going to be an incomplete build? Is it something that I can just drop in my city and forget about it, you know? Put it on permanent display? Okay, and that... We're not done with that yet. If you thought you were, oh no, 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 no. You gotta put more at the bottom here. I don't think I even have those 1x2 plates with the clip on them in that color too. All right. I don't know how critical that is, but it goes right here. At least the manual is kind of slow in some areas, like slow in terms of it's the right pace. Some places go pretty advanced, and I think that's it, and this just snaps right in here. So we'll do that real quick here. Oh, I could build it like this, huh? When it starts asking me to do that, I will start focusing on that more. Okay, a little bit of an insert here. The Thief's Downfall is a waterfall that can be released over the track of Gringotts with the effect of washing away the enchantments and magical concealments. Alright. Alrighty, we've got through that. Now we got a sub-step. Yeah, I'm trying to set some time now for the Michael Myers house to finish that building guide up. I mean, I need to finish it up. Even finishing it up, I still got to come in and put the manual together in Profit. And it's been like almost a year since I really have focused on that build. So I'll have to reread my notes. Because there's a lot of little sub-manuals with it that I got to combine. I think there's only going to be 2 building guides with it. And I can't even tell you the final piece count because I haven't finished. And the model will not have the lights installed, but it will have provisions for lights if one chooses to put them in. The reason why I don't know what light kit someone's going to use for it, that's up to the builder to modify it, you know. Okay, 2 nose cones. Yeah, we were having some discussions on Discord about Lego stuff, if anyone ever is interested in joining that. I know a lot of people are not interested in it. The younger kids are. More people my age just don't care for it. You know, everybody's got families and stuff, so. I think I've almost found all the minifigure parts here. Okay. Yeah, but the best way to learn how to write up building guides is to look how Lego does theirs. Their building guides are pretty good quality. Sometimes they're iffy in certain areas, but you know, you can manage through them. Hope we're recording here. Right now I'm trying to clear off a memory card. I got 2 tutorials on one that I'm trying to clear off right now. Well, in terms of clearing off, I mean, I'm going to do it after I get done with this. And one's an October build. No, one's a September build and one's a December build. I have some rough ideas for next year. I'm not going to start those until I get a lot of this stuff here done. I'm trying to get at least about 5 videos, and I'll start working on next year's stuff. So like right now, my main focus is on this year's builds. I got 7 projects. One big, tutorials are not too bad. Like I said, they're going to get involved. Some tutorials may take several days to film. Most of them should only be, I think maybe 2 of those are going to take 2 or more days to film. So I'm going to do a kitchen project. Those take about a day. And a couple of the smaller cars will take a day. So yeah, I think about 2. The house projects, and I'm talking about filming wise, not building wise. The house will take a few weeks to kind of really put together. I got an idea I want to share. And Hold on. Well, these come in medium nougat? Wow. Looking for some 1x1 plates, though. Wow, they're in this color here. And yes, for those who are concerned, yes, I'm building slow because this is not a set you want to... Remember, I'm doing these for evaluation. I'm trying to enjoy the build. Like if I was just to sit here and build this, I don't want to rush through it, make a lot of mistakes, and then giving it a bad review. I want to give these honest reviews. Alright. These even come in sand yellow too, which is cool. My parents are into puzzle building, and I'm trying to get them into Lego, but they have no use for it. They have no need to build it, or no desires. And I'm like, you know, why don't you just help me build this stuff? You know, I mean, it'd be nice. Oh, we're not interested in that. It's boring. It's for kids. I don't know. Stuff's getting adult price tags on it. Alright. This is going to get kind of flimsy here for a bit. I think this might be the elevator or something. Something like you see in Star Wars. I have a few requests for Star Wars mocks, and I don't know, I may tackle one or two of those, see if it's possible that I could do a Star Wars mock. I don't know how good they're going to be. You know, my quality of building it may be too detailed. Tutorials would be pretty lengthy. Okay. And we gotta make some kind of plate thing here. Now, if I have enough time, and if time permits, I may just go and do bag 7 in this one too. I mean, it may only maybe be 9 installments. We don't know, because I may have 4 bags that are really small, and we can blast right through them. But usually I base everything off of part count. So we may be able to get through this pretty quickly here. That's what we've done so far. This is a set, though, you're going to have to just take your time on. That's why you notice I'm kind of quiet, because I want to focus on the build. And honestly, the color scheme on this set so far is just kind of bland. It's keeping my interest, though, but it's just... the color palette just seems kind of dry and boring right now. This is essentially what we've been messing with, the same few colors for the last, well, this is the 4th bag, so we're going to be messing with it for a while. And yes, I'm one of those guys that likes the stuff really bright and colorful. See, I'm pulling out the minifigure parts very slowly here. And then after that, we add the bricks around the corners here like this. Almost like a tunnel. Like a hatch door. It's not a bad idea for submarine doors. If you were building a submarine, there you go. There's part of the platform and everything for it too. Alright, we got to put a tile on or a sticker on a tile. And I got a whole step just for that one. Step 177. And we need to find sticker number 20. I wish they'd tell you what sheet it's on. I have to... Well, I found it. And... Well, it doesn't matter which way this goes on because, well, we can just rotate the tile. Alright, and then for this kind of price, you should not have to put stickers on stuff like this. And this gets attached here onto, it's on the other side, right here. So it's already pre-made for you can just plug that right in. And it's keyed too, so you can't mess that up. That's pretty good. It's binding up on something here. Let me get the bottom part tacked in. Well, it's not even going to go in that easily, is it? See, it's starting to do this at the bottom here. Trying to tuck that in there. Let me just pull the whole thing off and restart it, or reseat it here. I'll start at this end here, and then we'll kind of do it like that. See, now we're having stuff falling off, so that's going to start degrading the build experience a bit. Yeah, a bunch of this crap's already fallen off of this. This thing's starting to get big in terms of plates being offset and stuff like that. So yeah, there's some kind of magical room in here that rattles. And now we got to find out what all this crap went to. I think this went right here, but things should not have to come off like that. But I think this thing is meant to stand up, so I may have to leave it like that from now on. So we'll leave this over here. Matter of fact, I got more space. Even this bat fell off. Where does he go? Let's see where that goes. When I have to stop what I'm doing to fix things in a build, that is where I'll start dinging points off, because I have to stop what I'm doing to fix things. So I'll have to write that in my notes when I'm done with this installment. So if you're building this and you're seeing things fall off, leave it vertical. I don't think it's going to fall down. It's pretty well bottom heavy, so we're fine. I mean, I'm cutting it to you straight. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that nothing's going to fall off. A lot of the big boys, they'll do that to make it seem like you're getting a good deal. I'm here to be honest with you, not lie to you. I mean, the build's keeping my interest, but it's... Now I'm getting parts... The other day it was real strong, but now we're getting accessories falling off. Remember what I said, though. If I have to stop and tackle it, then yeah, it's not good. Alright. Not sure what the rock face is for. And mind you, we're still on bag 4. You know, we're on bag 4. I got to go 4, 5, and 6 today. A lot of work. In fact, I have Minecraft running in the background. I didn't think anybody wanted to hear a whole bunch of zombies going off, but I'm waiting to populate a spawning location here, the farm. Probably already lagging out the machine by now, and I can't tell because I have a bunch of spreadsheets all over everything. And this goes right here. I tell you what I may have to do. It'd be easier if we're going to keep rotating this thing around. I'm going to go ahead and get my turntable. We're just going to mount it on the turntable. And we got another subset. Ooh, you got to put two of these together. I hate that because I got to take this apart. As long as I can get a fingernail in there, that's fine. But and pry them apart, but that's kind of brutal, huh? So as far as for the house updates, I don't know yet. I think I'm going to make those a Patreon and a memberships exclusive. Because the house updates, I may release them at the close to the end of the video. So if you're watching this and you're on the memberships, you'll see those when I start the project. I'm hoping to start that project like right after I get done with these big sets. I mean, I could build, but I don't want to be just hanging out in the Lego room all day, just constantly building stuff, because after a while I get bored of it. I have to stop and do some actual life engaging activities. Must be just some random rock face here. Okay, it goes right here. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the turntable after this installment here. I could do it now, but I'm going to change camera angles and possibly do that. Yeah, I'm kind of getting lost here. There's a bunch of parts. This is Technic. I mean, some people toss out their Technic, which I don't understand that, because it's good for support stuff. I built one of my things, and one of my buddies like, "Oh, I got to buy more Technic." I'm like, well, "I thought you had all this stuff." "Oh, I give away my Technic sets." I'm like, I never do that because I need those Technic bricks to reinforce, you know, buildings like this, you know. Okay, this goes right here. See how we're all crisscrossing our joints? This is probably not going to come apart fairly easily. You're going to have to really take a crowbar and pry this apart if you're taking yours apart here. That's kind of an odd step to do that first. So we're putting on all the frilly stuff here. In fact, this also reminds me of the scene of the Goonies where they go down in that cavern where the pirate ship is at. I'm really surprised no one has came out with the Goonies theme yet. A lot of us 80s kids remember the Goonies. And it goes right here. Okay. And we're not done yet, folks. Oh no. This fits right in there. And this goes here. Lots of detail, lots of little detail in here. I mean, everything is going to get pretty much... And for rock face, you could leave your studs out like that too. I mean, that's fine. Some people have always asked me, do I cover all the studs? You don't have to. Alright, looks like we did pretty good because this is what we have remaining here. And not too bad for bag 5. Okay, what I'm going to do before we begin bag 5 is we're going to place this thing on here very carefully. And yeah, it'd be easier to build on this. You know what, I forgot to put together the minifigure. Well, let's do that real quick. But technically we're not starting bag 5 yet. Give me small sets any day. I prefer those over the big monstrous ones. I know some think I'm nuts or backwards, but I like to build more of the realism stuff. Alright, let's put this minifigure together so we can move on. I want to, like I said, I got other things I want to do. Not that I'm getting bored with this set, it's just, yeah, it's getting too, she's got a double-sided head. Alright, looks like the face off of Mommy Dearest, if you ever watched that movie. I never had a mom like that. There we go. And she's got a magic wand, which I didn't see in here. So, I think it's the other wand that we have. And I got bags really falling around on me here. This minifigure head's kind of printed. It looks more like some kind of a vase. Oops, let me see if I got another wand here I can use for her. If not, I got a bunch of spares. You know what? I don't feel like trying to find that, to spend half a day. Oh, I see it. Remember the last time I said shove it in there like that? I just hate messing with figures, they're just boring. Okay, and you get this wig if you want to change it out. So now I can formally move on to bag 5 because it's fallen right on me right now. And it's just a single bag as far as I know. If not, then I'll have to dig for it. And as you can see, it's getting cluttered up here. This set is not meant for small build. You know, if you have a small workbench, or it's not meant for that at all. But it'll make it easier on here to assemble. Look, it's big parts in this one. And we have little bags inside, so yeah. See, I could build on top of that too. Yeah, you'll spend probably about a good, I bet if one wanted to really dump everything out, you'd probably spend about 10 minutes just unpacking everything. Okay, let me get myself situated here. Had to cash in the rotten flesh farm in Minecraft. Got myself another mending book. I had to mend an enchanted diamond hoe that I found in the ancient city. It had everything on it. I don't know why they put efficiency 5 on the hoe, but I got everything there. But remember, the hoe is very powerful in the ancient city. I never tried it against the warden, so maybe I'll have to try it and see if it actually brings them down. It probably won't, but for S&G, I may have to try it. Yeah, since I got the webcam and everything, I'm inclined to do a live stream. I just got to get me a green screen. Somebody was pulling up, but I can't tell what angle I'm sitting at. Ooh, that's a lot of parts there. I can't wait to get to build the bank portion. Oh, we're a long ways away from that. I don't know when that starts. Probably manual 3 if it's broken down in such a way. So far, and I'm just going to sadly say that this set is not for collaborative build whatsoever. nothing bad about this. It just rotates. Yeah, I mean it'll have to do because I don't want to have to mess with it too much. All right, I'm looking for. Okay, I was looking for a 2x4. Now I need to find a pair of 2x2s. Okay, I found that. I need that for the next step, but no, I need the tiles first. So we got all the big parts. I have literally no more space on here to move in terms of sorting out parts. May have to start getting, oh, there's one. May have to start getting a container out and sort by color. All right, let me get a container. Do I have one sitting around me? Of course not. Let me find one. I'll just use number 5. Well, we're in bag number 5. That would make sense. When this happens, just do this. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Now I'm starting to feel fatigued out on this set just because so far we pretty much have built with the same color throughout the build. It's starting to get kind of bland. It started off okay, but now when I'm sorting through dark stone gray, it could be all green and I'd still be bored with it, but this is not really a color that is particularly my favorite, so it's not like, I mean, look at all that. I almost half filled that bin up already. I'm trying to find a 2x2 flat tile that could have got from my collection. Let's see here. I'll probably end up have to dump that out again, but oh, something else I gotta get. I don't know if I have that in that color. Yeah, it's starting to, I'm going to be honest, this is starting to get boring. Because we're building the same color throughout the whole build. I mean, like, probably about 2/3 of this is just dark stone gray. Yes, I'm complaining, but it's take some out of you here. All right. At least now we're doing something with other colors other than that. Yes, I like my bright, colorful builds. And okay, 3 of these, or just 2. That thing's going to be kind of rattling for a bit. I think we get more weight on it, won't be too bad. Okay, now I got to dump all these out. Well, I could just pull them out of here, huh? Because we know that the dark bluish gray is most likely in this anyways. Alright, it'll take too long. Man, we got a lot of stuff up here, don't we? Building freehand is one thing, but copying someone else's idea that's just... I mean, I'm not saying my stuff, but this is probably one of the worst colors to build out of. Especially when you're messing with sand yellow, dark stone gray, tan, olive green, very bland, putrid colors. Just not really exciting. I'll put that over there. I don't want that to fall. Okay. Did I put one of those in there? I don't know. My luck, it'll be the only one, and I'll be like, where's it at? Okay, we put that on there. And well, Jay, what if I don't have a big desk to work on? Well, this is a good inspiration here. What you're not supposed to do. Don't work on a cluttered workbench. That's one thing you were always taught in shop class. Don't work on a cluttered workbench. Okay, I need to face it my way. Because it can be very tedious to find all the parts. Hey, but every part we put on here is one less thing I have to trip over, right? I don't have to mess with it. Just start putting things on and then taking it out of the population here and put it over in the build. I may have a hit on some white Formica. I'm going to put a sheet on this too. Or I may just make, this thing's kind of warped. I'll probably have to use something different too. Maybe use a piece of press wood or something. Okay. Can't wait to get to the building part. I kind of want to see how that goes. That's mostly white, so I don't know. I don't know what color I would want to build out of, white or gray. Although white would be just as hard to see on this counter, so it's a good toss-up there. Or at least the gray I can see what I'm looking for. Okay, this goes on here. Right over here on this side right here. And the beauty of having the turntable, let me make sure here. Yeah, it does go over here. And it just drops right onto that. Push that right down on there. There we go. Yeah, having this turntable makes it so much easier to assemble. It makes it so much easier just to deal with it. And no, we are not done yet. We got another little thing to build here. It's like a lot of little rock faces. So I'm saying right now bags 1 through 5 so far is probably, we just did the frame, and I think bags 4 and 5 so far just does the decoration stuff. But I think we're going to be here for a while before we even get to the final build. Oh, wait a minute, that's not a palisade. I needed sand yellow, but the palisade goes here. And then I'm gonna break the 2 studs. See how the pile now is starting to shrink. Yeah, I mean, every piece we put on here is just one less I have to rifle through. Yeah, these 2x4 dark gray bricks are good for, like, I mean, like when I build nature stuff, I don't really use dark bluish gray because it just doesn't look like it's been weathered a lot. This would be great for like shadow effects on rocks inside of a cave or something. Give it more of a 3-dimensional look, but I would never really use this for like rock facade. Maybe outside. If you want to use it for damp rocks, you could. Have water on some of the rocks and stuff, maybe underwater, but when I get this done, it may be on display for a year. Oh, we got to put a sticker on a Nexelnite shield. And that would be sticker number 9. Let's see here. Now I'm dropping sticker sheets. I'll save my rantiness for the review. Felt like a 4-year-old putting stickers on parts. I bet if all this stuff was printed, they'd probably charge $500 for this set, maybe $600 for it. And we got a little excerpt we got to read here. Let's see right here. In the Wizarding world, Gringotts Bank was established in 1474 by a goblin named Gringott. It was created in response to the 14th century wizarding economic bubble, which unfortunately burst in the soap blizzard of 1378. Soap blizzard. This thing produce soap suds? Is that what it does? Alright, and this goes here. And that's what it is. Yeah, it makes it a lot better. And we got more little pieces we got to place on. So this is essentially now we're just building accessories at this point. So bag 5 I think is just rock facade accessories, or just rock facades. Because it's basically what we've been building here. I don't know, when I go and because I rewatch all these before I publish them. I got to watch them once for editing, and I got to watch them again. Hey, that's a lot of watching. Yeah, I have to hear my voice all that time. But I want to make sure that everything is good. If I slip up and say a bad word or something like that, I can filter that word out. Like say something like the F word or something like that. Something that may, some things that may be a little too much. Okay, and then this is what we have here, and this goes right up on here. It's right over this number 1x2 plate right here. So we're getting close. We're getting close to the end of the book. We got about 85% of it done. Okay. And yes, for something like this, it does seem overwhelming. So it's right about there. Jay, with something like that, I'm afraid I'll do it wrong. Really, there's no wrong way of doing Lego. You know, some people say you built it wrong. I mean, really, if you enjoy the build, who cares? I bet we're going to connect this up to something here. I see some more arches. And that's exactly what we're doing. So this is by all means not a collaborative build. This is more like a solo build. I'm sure somebody could you can take turns building the set. Ooh, that's just kind of flimsy there. It's starting to kind of coming apart. Alrighty. Now you see why I'm breaking these down into 3 bags. Now I have 1 extra bag that I have to do. There's 31 bags, there's not 30, so we'll see how we do this. If I have to break it down into 11 or 12 installments, so be it. Now, when you're building stuff like this, and I've mentioned this in several videos, you need a turntable like this. They don't sell the plywood that goes on the top, but you can go to your local store, your local home improvement store, and they should have one already pre-milled up for you, and you can just, like, they already have one that's already been cut for you, and just take it home and paint it and do whatever. I think, though, this is one thing, though, a lot of the creators don't cover on YouTube is how do you build this stuff more efficiently. And it's easy to rotate this around and work on it like this. This is why I like using the turntable, because it just, wait a minute, this is not another slope. This is a palisade brick back here. I just saw that. And this thing here has lips inside too. But you can buy those anywhere. Just look for them. It's a little... It's like basically you'd put your beverages or like condiments on a kitchen table, and you would just do that. We got to make 2 of these. I may end up making a little info video about that, because this is a nice tool to have in terms of, making the build not so painful. Okay, and these go on like this to lock all that together. See how easy that is to rotate things around? Next time I may bring the camera like this more. We'll save that for the next clip. We'll do it slowly here. No big hurry. That done there. A little slope goes on the top. And it goes on the face of this. Let's make sure we do it the right way. Right there. It just goes right in that little hole. And this is pretty well sturdy. Not only this is decorative, but it also is going to keep this from breaking apart. See, I can't break this. It will not come apart now because it's all interlocked. This size of build, you're going to need to do that anyways, so. Oh, I see a gear. What are we going to be doing here that's going to require movement? How much hair pulling do I need to do with that one? Is it going to be tough? $31 bags. That's going to be pretty brutal. That's right. I was going to do 3 sets of 10. There'd be one, or there'd be 10 sets of 3, and there'd be 9 sets of 3 and 1 set of 4 that I have to do for 31 bags. Some of these didn't have, some bags didn't have a whole lot in there. You see, I can come in here right now and just fix the offset right now in terms of doing bag 7 in this installment. We'll see how well it goes if I do. But see, I didn't even, this is bag 5. I hadn't even gotten to 6 yet. So it's hard to say, you know. Yeah, my spring break is not going to happen until November. After that, I'm really going to hit hard on the videos. Doing work and everything in between all this, it's a lot of time. There we go, just put that tile there. It's not too bad. Uh-oh, here comes the gear. What does the gear do? Okay, this goes through here, and we stick the gear through this. So we got some functionality there. And by all means, you don't need the turntable and all this stuff to build and have fun with this stuff. It just makes it a lot easier to do this here. Oh, what? Some kind of a train thing? Oh, what does that do there? So you can rotate it? I don't like making my Technic stuff too tight. Alright. And more Technic. So they saved the Technic stuff to lap. Wow, that's a new piece. It's got a cross axle with a gear on there. It's beveled too. I bet this is meant to do something. In fact, that'd be great for using it for making wheels turn on a vehicle. I don't know if it's possible, but I was looking at that thinking, I've never seen that part before. So I may just start inclining to start doing the unboxings with the builds. Because you notice how I didn't waste so much time. Yeah, okay, mine looks like the picture. Technic is very confusing for me, so I have to do it a little slower than most people. And this goes here. I want to make sure this thing sticks out this way. That's what that's for. See if you can see that a bit better. Well, right here. Okay. No, we're not done yet. So I got some parts on the bench. Got to get these off here real quick. We're making a lantern now. It just hangs right there. Yeah, I think what we'll do the next, for bag 6, we'll have the angle changed a bit differently here. And a rock face here. And an Exilnite shield right above it. That rock goes there. And the shield here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. We'll change angles here and try that out a little bit. I'll do that before I somebody's dropping the F-bomb in there. Alright. And that's what we have remaining there for bag 5. And we're going to go ahead before we switch books, because it's telling us to do that. Gringotts Bank. And let's see if there's any more in here. You could win. Well, I never win anything, so I have to work for all my stuff. Okay, so what I'm going to do here real quick, we're going to change the angle on this a little bit for you. Do it right now. So I don't know how well this is going to work, but warning, motion sickness for some. All right. And yeah, we've been working down here, but if I need to, I'll tilt the camera up a bit more. I'm working down here too. Let me just go ahead and do that. And then I can just work right here and you can see what I'm doing. Make sure that everything is sharp for you. And for myself too. Yeah. Okay, we're going to be moving on to Manual 2. So bags 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 do the top portion of this. And the tracks and stuff. 11, 12 does that. So this manual tells you what you're going to be looking forward to. We're just going to focus on bag 6. I was going to do 7 in this installment. I looked and 7's got two bags, so I'm not even going to mess with it. So that will be something we'll deal with it later. Okay. It's kind of humid today, it's hot, and being under lights is not really, being stuck indoors is not fun. Wow, we got bags within bags. At least it's big parts, huh? Not little one-by-ones. And I'm just going to pour this out now. Matter of fact, what I may do, since this is small stuff, I'm going to put it in this container here. See if that makes the building a bit more speedy. Yeah. Let me see here. Because I've already spent an hour already just filming just 2 bags. So we're going to just do this one and wrap it up. And, well, I set all this up for nothing. You know why? I bet there's a piece that goes crisscross with this one. And we're going to need to do that on a flat surface. So I had all that set up for nothing, huh? Well, what do I do here? I'm going to keep the turntable. I'm just going to... yeah, I'm going to forewarn anybody who gets this set, have a very big area. This is not meant to be built on a little workstation like what I have. Hoping nothing breaks on that. I'm just going to lean it up against the pillow here. And yeah. So that's what we'll be working on now. And I'm just going to keep the turntable here. We'll bring this close here, and I mean, things like this happen, you don't know. Let me put something dark there so we can focus in on that. And that's the thing about unscripted videos. Honestly, if I script these, they would take me a lot longer to edit and stuff. Okay, now let's get started here. And just from the picture, it looks pretty unique, so I can't mirror or anything like that. Lots of plates and bricks. At least it's nothing tiny. I'm looking for one olive green plate. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not a fan of these colors, I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm not even finding it in here. Did the manual eat it up? Okay, let me get another container and we're going to dump some parts into it because it's just too much up here. I was supposed to use a bunch of these, but unfortunately I only have like 12 of these big ones, so I'll start tossing all this in there until we find the... It's a 2x2 plate. That's all the green. We have dark green and we have sand green. That could be the only plate in here too. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. I forgot I had this bin here. Well. Yeah, it looks off, but that's where they want it. I looked at that and thought, that seems kind of strange, but that's where they wanted it at there. All right. And we have a bracket that goes here. And then one of these. So we're building something that goes like this. Essentially, that's what we're doing here. So I was like, how is this thing going to be strong? Well, that's how they're doing it. Kind of want to see how they put that together. I've been thinking maybe I should just do bag 7 in this installment. As you can tell, I may just dump all these out on the table because I'm forgetting this bin even exists half the time. Put that there. Toss it on the ground, why not? If you're a kid watching this, your parents probably won't appreciate that, but I have to do it. In this room, I'm allowed to make a mess. Because at the end of the day, I can close the doors and pretend it doesn't exist. We'll keep this out for a while and they need it. Gee, that's a lot of parts. Yeah, and it's only going to get worse too. I'm just hoping these two items are just isolated to where 2 people can build. And pretty much that's what it is. Okay. This goes in the back. And for these things here. And but I did look at bag 7, it was pretty gruesome. All right, that's fine there. Yeah, let me put this, I got it in the wrong spot here. That basic red 1x8 brick, those are very rare for me. For that being an old school color, I don't have a lot of red. I don't build a lot of red stuff in my builds anyway, so except for vehicles, but very seldom you'll ever need a 1x8 brick in a vehicle, except if it's a motorhome. Alrighty, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is getting to be a chore here. All right. This goes right here. I bet we had some pins in some of these. I bet this is meant to really lock in. I really am kind of curious on how they're going to fasten this together here. Which way does that even face? Does it face the... Oh, this is just a regular one that just snaps there. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this. I had somebody said this channel sucks. What do you think happened to that guy? It wasn't constructive criticism. I had to do it. I mean, it's his opinion. But that's like, here, I'll help you out, dude. Go find somebody else to bother. You know, some people take this hobby so seriously, and this is just relaxing, right? Well, I'm relaxing, and I don't want to have to deal with bullies or trolls. I just kind of stomp them out. This has 5 here. Okay, I see. When you're messing with 1x12s, I'm always afraid these are going to break. So I'm just kind of very careful. I have some of those in old reddish brown that's very brittle. I will not touch those at all. I may use them one day just to see if they'll break, but... And then... Alrighty. 2 and 1. And a 1x10 on the top. At least the pile's going down a little bit, huh? It's slowly sucking down a little bit here. Okay, where does that go exactly? Okay, before we do something here, let me find a slope. At least this slope here is sand or olive green. Vomit green. And then after you get that in there, skip 2 of those studs and then place that there. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay. Now these would have been good for the campground terrain. I was looking for those, remember? There they are. I don't have to buy them. They're in the set. There's plenty of smaller pieces that I could have used too for the campground. All right. Okay, we got a little bit of a buckle there. Yeah, so we got to do that whole thing again. Now I see why. I could have broken this thing down into manuals and just did bags, whatever. But like I said, I don't want to make this 15, 20 installments, and I feel like I'm not getting anything done on my personal stuff. Now I'm looking for a downwards angular plate, and I'm finding a bunch of upwards ones. Oh, here it is. Probably going to be used for decorations. Oh, that's exactly what we're doing here. And we got an Exel Knight shield that goes there. So I already got that piece in my hand. I'm just going to put these in first. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this set. And then right here, 2 of these little rock facade pieces. At least you got plenty of... If you're looking for dark stone gray, this set's got a bunch here for you. Lots of it. Especially some of this that just doesn't want to go down on there. Alright. And extend it out again, another 5. And then I've been looking for those in that tan color. Matter of fact, I needed those for a project and didn't. I think I had to scrounge up for these. They were like in a set. This is, I think, a fairly new color for a tutorial. They've been around for a while, but not for my own consumption. I didn't have really anything at that time. Like I said, tutorials now are going to get pretty involved. Excuse me. This is starting to get kind of dry. So when I do the review on this, I'm just going to. Those are 2 different types of black there. When I do the thing, though, I'm just going to mention. Are they both like that or what? Yeah. That the beginning of the build is pretty dry in terms of, you know. Okay, I need some of those, but not in that color, but there they are. I have the 1x1s, which I have plenty of, but not the 1x4s. Black is not really a suitable color unless you're building cars or something, but or shadowing stuff in. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I try, the parts still kind of go into the manual. Can't stop that from happening, unfortunately. Alright, so we got that done. And then stack 2 of these on top of one another, I know, but you got to do it. Somebody's pulling up in an old beat-up junk car. I don't even know what time it is. 2:41. Wow. I guess the kids are getting out of school now. And then this goes right here to lock those in. Keep that probably from splitting apart. And then this goes on here. Okay. And we're getting there. I kind of am starting to get a little hungry right now. Okay, now we got to start the other part of this. Remember, we were having a hard time starting the first one. This one here should be a little easier because they show it right here. Maybe not. Show it next to the tubes. Flip it over. Alrighty. We're here. I guess the kids are out of school early. I have a do not disturb sign on the door. Like, don't bother me right now, I want to get this done. Some think I'm rude, but it's like I'm on a deadline. I don't want to be doing this stuff all day long. All right, and then we got a white plate that goes back here. And a couple of these here. Okay. I mean, we don't have a lot left to do here. It's a lot of just, it's bricks. It just looks like I have a lot on the table, but it's not really that bad. I forgot to put these in here. I'm kind of want to, let me go pick that up. Sometimes when you're in a hurry, you end up spending more time picking up parts. And there we go. And then now we got to do the Technic thing again. And we have random slopes in here that are this color. So this must be like some kind of a random fire or something like that. This one here is kind of cattywampus from this one here, and it's kind of turned like that. So let me get this other one off here real quick. All right, so this goes here, and then we got to put this here, and this here, and we got that section done, or that part there. Yeah, we're running out of parts now. We don't have a lot of pieces left. At least it's bricks. It's not like I'm putting together like a little mosaic that's really got thousands upon thousands of parts. At least I can just kind of... At least the parts are easy to grab in here, huh? They're not little parts. I mean, big hands can pick them up. That goes there, and we got one more that goes in here. Okay, wait a minute. This fits in this notch right there, right in that notch there. And then there we go. And just this right on the top here. Boy, this is going to be really fun to see how this goes in terms of what does it look like when it's done. And don't mind the background noise. Everybody's coming home, I guess. I miss those days of having the place to myself. At least I'm not waking up in an empty house, but still, it's, you know, I kind of miss the days where I can crank the radio up full blast and all that stuff without somebody saying, oh, I have to sleep, or I'm up until, some days I'm up till 3 or 4 in the morning, or I got to get up early, and instead of just flipping on something to get me in the mood, like music wise, I can't do that as much anymore. It's almost like being married, except I'm not married. I don't know. Always offset these by 5. It seems like that's what they're doing here. And we're not done yet. We don't have a lot of parts, but it seems like now Lego's purposely slowing this down. Maybe not. Maybe because I'm just getting hungry and I want to get it done. Get it out of here real quick. So something must attach there. All right. And we did something like this on the other piece. I don't know if these are going to get joined together in this installment. We don't know yet. We shall find out here in a bit. Okay, now we got to build another one of these little bracket things. Yeah, and you get further down though, you notice how fast I'm going. Why? Because there's not a lot of parts left. You know, and now here's the deal. If you want to make this thing a lot easier to assemble, when you get done with the bag, open up another one and sort all your pieces. You'd breeze right through the builds because everything's so sorted. But if you're like me and you're on a very small, confined little table, you're not going to be able to do that as easily. So just remember that when you're doing this type of stuff here. And then this goes here with the stud in the corner. And one in the corner there. And then this, and I think we're going to need that special piece to lock those together, and that's exactly what we're using that for. Like this. Okay, and once we're done with that, oh, there's a piece that goes on the top of this here. There we go. And we still got one brick here left, but I don't know where that goes, but we haven't finished yet. This goes right here. No, it doesn't. It goes right here. And this brick, I think I forgot, but this one's supposed to go here. All right. And we have one more of these remaining, and it goes right here. They have a whole step alone for that one by itself. And honestly, that's what you have left for bag 6, it looks like. But we're not done yet because we got to join the parts together. And slide these off to the side. And just one connection, so this is not going to be something you can easily move around. When I do the thumbnail, I probably will have to do that. But we'll stop there, see what's going on outside, but we get the stickers and put them in there as a bookmark. We haven't really even hit any of these stickers yet. So we only have now, what, 25 bags left to do? That's not too bad, you know. Yeah, I could just do that, but that's essentially it for this installment. So bags 1 through 5 did this, and this big monstrous thing here. I've got to be careful with that too. That's essentially what we did. So tell me what you think of this set so far. To me, it's just big. It's a big build, but yeah, and we've only did a handful of figures too. So I'll have to set all this up and make a thumbnail, but tell me what you think so far of this set. And so far, I don't know, I think it's the colors that are just making this seem kind of dull.